trapped in the mud and sinking fast. This pair of elephants seemed doomed. The mother had gone to the rescue of her baby, but had got stuck herself, leaving the rest of the herd understandably wary of trying to save them. So with no time to lose, a team of conservation workers sprang into action. The family herd desperately tries to help the stricken mother and calf as they lie in the lagoon. The mud dries quickly, making their mistake harder, and the window of time for rescue much shorter. Workers manage to slip a rope under the baby before the hard work of pulling her free begins.
Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these real-life stories every day. Now, back to the story.
The team of workers from South Luangwa Conservation Society pulled the calf first, avoiding the mother's thrashing trunk. Thinking on their feet, they first slipped a rope under and around the calf and began to pull. A couple of attempts were made to release the youngster, but it wanted to stay with its mother and resist it. Eventually, they managed to avoid the mother's thrashing trunk and drag the calf to safety. But rescuing the much heavier mother was always going to prove more difficult. The rope had to be attached to the back of a tractor as they strained to pull her free. Finally, they succeeded in saving her from her muddy grave, and she raced off to rejoin the herd and her baby. The dramatic rescue took place on the flats of the Kapani Lagoon in Zambia. The calf appears to be calling for help, while her mother appears resigned to her fate before the rescue gets underway. Some would argue that rescuing the mother and baby meddles with the natural order. Although the calf appears to be almost free of the drying mud pool, she looks back at her mother. Shouting and waving frantically, the team tries to deter the youngster from returning to its mother. A final attempt is made to pull the calf further away from its mother, who continues to thrash around in the mud. Rachel McRobb, part of the rescue team from the South Luangwa Conservation Society, said, "Most conservationists believe that man should not meddle with the natural order, and that we should allow nature to run her course, however cruel or grim it seems to be. We agree on the whole, unless a wildlife problem has been created by man. For instance, in the case of snaring or being trapped in a fence, in which case it is justifiable to intervene. Then nature should be left to her own devices. She has a plan. However, every rule has an exception, and the dreadful plight of a baby elephant trapped in the mud of the Kapani Lagoon and her mother, who had also got stuck trying to save her, had us all in a frenzy of activity. We simply could not stand by and watch them struggle and slowly die." Before the rescue by workers from the Conservation Society, Kapani Lodge, and the Norman Carr Safaris, the mother and calf's herd tried to rescue the pair. When they were unable to do anything, the team, along with members of the Zambian Wildlife Authority, moves in, while the herd waits on the other side of some trees. At one point, the calf appears to be calling for help, while his mother appears resigned to her fate before the rescue gets underway. Finally, there was some joy as the ropes were removed from the calf elephant after it was pulled clear. A cousin from her herd called her, and she made a dash for freedom. After an inch-by-inch struggle, she eventually senses freedom and starts to scramble through the mud once more. She cried out for her baby and the herd, who was waiting for her just beyond the trees. A little weak and shaky, she makes her escape to the delight of everyone who helped.
If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone who may find it interesting. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.